I mean, this cross, okay, was blocked the first time. Once he got it in, I mean, he's just rising.
That's Steven Gerrard, a great centre midfielder for Liverpool. I'm looking at how you can be a fantastic centre midfielder also, so that you can learn from the best, which is and was Steven Gerrard. Watch here how his skills of getting the ball first off are well documented. I mean, he's not afraid to put his foot in. Watch this. He's tough. Look at it, hip to hip. And he still has the eyes on the ball, which is great. This is great, footwork. He's always getting in close. Clever. Between the legs, class. He could do this back in 2001 when he won his major piece of silverware against Arsenal, the might of Arsenal under Arsene Wenger in the FA Cup final. Watch here as a 19-year-old Gerrard cleaned up and led his team to victory. So he's well able to go back, get the ball, collect it, and then look up and organise, which is quite responsible. I mean, for a young guy, just to tackle and get the ball and re-energise. So as you can see, Gerrard has wonderful ability and had it from a very young age. But that's showing him a lot of the time just gathering possession, going deeper into his defence as a midfielder. What about the other side of things? And what about not just with Liverpool, but with his native country, England, and scoring? Watch here as he uses his timing to get just outside the box and strike a goal. It's just a great goal. And he was young. Now, I'm not going to celebrate an English goal, but he certainly did. But they knew his value, they knew how good he was, players. But you have to admire the ability to hit that ball from outside the box. To get the ball, though, in situations right around the middle, in the centre circle, and around that middle third of the pitch, to gain possession, to be able to deliver the passes, to be able to look up, to be able to do all those good things on the ball, you need to have the nitty-gritty and ability to have that rounded game to actually win possession when there's tight situations. Watch here as Gerrard was an expert in getting a foot in and getting control of possession for his team. I mean, this is great. He's holding off the player. He can bounce off left and right too, both feet. So gaining possession is his forte, but he also had the ability to ping balls long. 40 yards, Gerrard, the song and those words came together. And if you can pass it like Steven Gerrard over 40 yards, you're certainly benefiting your team and actually going to be a great player like he was. Like, once he gets space, he knows exactly. And he's knitting together passes here. But he's also going forward himself. Just one little flick. So you can see right there, he has wonderful ability with his right foot and also, of course, with his left foot. Not just striking and scoring, but passing. But that all comes from practice. And being able to practice means that even as a youngster, you can practice, but as an older person, even in your adult years, you can practice too, to be able to do that. Gerrard, though, used a lot of time when he was younger practicing. Watch here, when there was very few cameras around, and he could actually show his skills and his patience to still a ball on his back. There you can see it. He has that wonderful ability to be able to just, get the ball, hold on to it, and then get back into the rhythm of dribbling and keeping up the ball as well. So he had real technical ability. But Gerrard also had the ability late on in games to lead his team to victory, to actually do what nobody in the stadium thought he or anybody could do when his team were down. Watch here as he again approaches the box. His timing is immaculate, by the way. And he just gets that foot in and the ball goes exactly where he wants it to go, nestling in the corner. So Gerrard had that ability, that outside of the boot, that ability to get the ball before or even after the volley or half volley and just leather it into the bottom right side. But he practiced, as said, and not just when he was a youngster but as an adult. When he went to England training, he had Wayne Rooney, who was a lauded player, number 10 as such, but moved back into centre mid at times and could even do that for Manchester United and later on in his career. Frank Lampard, who played brilliantly and was fantastic at getting into the box and scoring goals for Chelsea. And of course Ross Barkley, who was another player who had that ability to get and score goals for his club and country. Watch here as those and Gerrard hit a few shots and show their ability on England's Joe Hart. So you can see there that Gerrard had competition even in international training to get better all the time. Really important. But to be able to have the competitive edge is really important because you need to win your tackles. You need to get on the ball. To do the dirty work as a centre midfielder is going to make sure that you get on the team sheet. If you can't do all the fancy passing, the long passes and the goals, for example, if you don't have that ability, you certainly have the ability to work hard. Watch as Gerrard made it look simple. Gerrard made it look simple for sure, but he earned his right to be a great, not just from those, but the ability to score goals. And he scored many important goals, often in the last minute of dying minutes of games when strikers on his team were not scoring or even shooting. Watch here as he shows us how. So, a goal scorer and a midfielder. He even scored a hat-trick. Watch in Europe as his team were 1-0 down, and yet when he came on the field, he just turned around and scored 1, 2 and 3 goals. Not everybody can be that prolific or as prolific as Gerrard, but you can certainly do the simple things right. And winning the ball, as said, but also spraying the ball around, knowing your awareness of where you are on the field, where others are, being able to orchestrate the midfield, and just short, consistent passes. Gerrard did it best. Then once you're able to do that, you can try to assist and create for others. It's not really a pressure to try and score from midfield, but to be able to link a pass, thread a ball through and do what Gerrard did is having that eye and knowing the ability of your fellow strikers. others were successful around him as strikers because he could do those things as well, passes, brilliant passes. But he could also be on the end of passes too. He timed his run. So that means he was really aware of what was going on, just not only in his own position, but further forward too. Watch as he joins the penalty late, but scores that wonderful first goal in America.
To Husidic. Robbie wants it again, played it so.
So he has the ability, he's shown the ability in a couple of continents, even though he was loyal to Liverpool for all of his career, or the best years in his career at least. What is the ultimate? The ultimate is being tributed, not being there, but having others that are in the know give you their words of appreciation. And Ian Ayre, the Liverpool director, showed exactly what Gerrard meant to Liverpool.
Foundation, but equally he just always seems to deliver, always seems to show leadership, always leads by example. I just share one small story with you. We recently returned in the summer from our latest trip to Asia and worked our players hard over a 2 or 3 week period, double training sessions every day, commercial activities, appearances, meeting lots of people. And at the end of the last day in Bangkok, before our game, he'd been probably moving around for about 8 or 9 hours that day in the heat. Came back to the hotel, and as is typical of Liverpool on tour, there was 600 or 700 fans in the lobby. Stephen went up to his room and rang one of my staff and asked if we could put a table and chair in the lobby for him, and sat there till every single fan had a photograph or a signature. That's Stephen. He's a legend for this city, a legend for this football club.
So there you have it. That is the final piece of the jigsaw of playing central midfielder in football. Having that leadership ability and doing it whatever way you can to knit things together, defence and attack. That's how you do it. That's how Steven Gerrard did it, and you can do it too. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you like it, please subscribe. You'll get way more. Suggest if you want. And until next time, have a wonderful day.